mayor about to hold a news conference after an EMT worker was stabbed and in grave condition in what appears to be a random attack in Astoria, Queens. Let's listen in.
Veteran of the fire department was stabbed by an assailant. She was on duty at the time at EMS Station 49 in Astoria, Queens. She was brought here to Mount Sinai Hospital, where she passed away due to her injuries. Our hearts go out to the family, our colleagues in the city of New York. We lost one of our heroes. She provided a service in the city for over 24 years. Her assailant has been apprehended and will be held accountable for his actions. I'm going to now turn it over to Acting Fire Commissioner.
As the mayor said, at 2:20 p.m. today, Lieutenant Alison Russo was on duty at Station 49. While outside her station, she was stabbed multiple times in a barbaric and completely unprovoked attack. Members of EMS serve only to help and save other people's lives. To be attacked and killed in the course of helping others is both heartbreaking and enraging for our department in ways I cannot describe. Lieutenant Russo exemplified FDNY EMS. She served the city for 25 years. She was a World Trade Center first responder. She was cited multiple times for her bravery and her life-saving work, and she was absolutely beloved on this job. She is the 1,158th member of the FDNY to die in the line of duty and the second member of EMS to die in the line of duty in the last 5 years. Our hearts break for our entire department and her family. And I'm going to turn it over to the PC to update you on the investigation.
Thank you, Commissioner. Today, our city is grieving. The New York City Police Department stands united with the FDNY and the entire city of New York as we mourn the tragic loss of a dedicated public servant. This deadly, senseless, broad daylight attack on a uniformed EMT member is a direct assault on our society. It is the latest consequence of the violence that we relentlessly fight in our city. The information we have is still preliminary and is subject to change. Chief Essig will give the details of what we know so far, but we do know this. We can never tolerate this violence in our city. It has to and will be stopped. And we will never forget the brave women and men who put their lives on the line to keep the rest of us safe. So tonight, as the mayor and the commissioner said, please keep this family and the FDNY in your prayers and in your hearts, and stand with us as we work to eradicate this violence from our city. Chief Essig.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, at approximately 2:15 p.m., at the corner of 20th Avenue and 41st Street, an on-duty EMS FDNY lieutenant was viciously assaulted with a knife, causing her demise. At 2:10 p.m., that EMS lieutenant was on her break and was going to get food nearby. She was assigned to an EMS station approximately 1/2 block away and was attired in clothes that clearly indicated that she worked as an FDNY EMT. At the corner of 20th Avenue and 41st Street, a male 34 years old, wearing a light gray shirt and dark pants, brandished a knife and viciously attacked the EMS lieutenant, stabbing her numerous times about her body. She was removed to Mount Sinai, Queens, where she succumbed to her injuries. There were 2 eyewitnesses who know the perpetrator, one of whom gave chase. The perpetrator runs into 19-80 41st Street on the 3rd floor, his residence, and barricaded himself. Members of the hostage negotiating team and emergency service unit were able to talk this person out of the apartment. He was taken into custody and is presently in the 114th precinct, where the investigation is ongoing. With that, I'd like to turn it back over to Commissioner Kavanaugh.
I just want to thank the NYPD for bringing the suspect quickly into custody and for doing everything possible to make sure that that happened for us. I'd also like to thank the hospital, who did absolutely everything in their power to save the lieutenant tonight. And really, please keep the FDNY family, her members at Station 49, and her family in your hearts tonight. This is absolutely heartbreaking for them, and they need your support and your love. Thank you.
Excuse me, Commissioner, I'm sorry. With all due respect, I just wanted to say something. Chief, I appreciate your investigation and the work the NYPD has done, and Commissioner, I appreciate the work they've done. I just want to correct one thing. She was not on a break. I heard the word break being used. EMS does not get breaks. We are on duty 24/7 out there to help and save the public. So I want to make that clear, because I heard that word used again. We don't get breaks. And EMS... Excuse me.
Hold on.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Hold on. If any term was used to give the impression that this hero was in any way taking a break or not taking a break, that is not the reality. As in all of our first responders, they are always on call. She was there for a reason, and no matter what the reason was, she should not have been murdered in this fashion. This is a painful time for everyone. And let's be clear on the terminology that is used and reported. She was on duty, doing her job, saving the people of the city of New York. That was her role, and that's the role of the countless men and women who are moving through the city, saving New Yorkers. And I want to thank the union for bringing the members here and for providing them the necessary condolences that they feel right now. I serve with the EMS as a police officer. I know what they do every day. Every day they do their job in a manner in which many of us don't realize how dangerous it is. She was working for this city. She paid the ultimate sacrifice because of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we just heard from Mayor Adams, the police commissioner, and the commissioner of the FDNY after an attack that they say was unprovoked on an on-duty FDNY EMT, Lieutenant Alison Russo, who has now died. The suspect in custody, a 34-year-old there in Astoria, Queens. And as we heard from the mayor and the FDNY commissioner, they say the city is grieving after this direct attack on our society. As we learn more about this unprovoked attack, still no word on a motive at this point. We continue to get some more, dig for more answers here on News 4. And we'll have much more on this breaking news story coming up right now on the news at 6. Thanks for watching.
Now at 6, Ian's aftermath. We get a new look at the damage left behind after the storm devastated Florida. Ian is strengthening, and now the Carolinas bracing for impact. But first, we are staying on top of that breaking news from Queens. An FDNY EMT stabbed to death in a random attack. That is where we're starting right now at 6. I'm Natalie Pasquarella. We just found out police have arrested a man after that medical worker was attacked just steps from her Queens station house. All of this unfolding in Astoria. The EMT was stabbed several times. Investigators just gave us new information in the case, and we want to get out to News 4's Chris Jose live in Astoria following all of it. Chris.
And Natalie, a short time ago, FDNY identified the victim as Lieutenant Alison Russo. She served New York City for 24 years. Right now, we're near the intersection of 24th and Steinway. Have a look back behind me here. You can see there's still an active police investigation. It's here where the victim was attacked. The FDNY calling this barbaric. Take a look at this video. Here's the moment police got the alleged attacker in custody. We were right here when officers took him out of the building in handcuffs just before 2:30 this afternoon. Police sources say the 34-year-old suspect ran up on an on-duty EMS lieutenant outside the station house and stabbed her in the neck. The victim was attacked from behind while she was wearing a sweatshirt over her uniform. 3 law enforcement sources tell us she was rushed to Mount Sinai, Queens in grave condition and later passed away. We're now learning her alleged attacker lives in the building where he barricaded himself. Take a listen here from a short time ago in this news conference.
Our hearts go out to the family, our colleagues in the city of New York. We lost one of our heroes. She provided a service in the city for over 24 years. Her assailant has been apprehended and will be held accountable for his actions.
Of course, it's still early in the police investigation. There's still a lot to sort through here. Information right now is still preliminary, but police sources telling us late this afternoon that the suspect has no prior criminal history. A short time ago, the police commissioner called this a direct assault on our society. We cannot tolerate this violence in our city. We'll stay on this. For now, reporting live in Astoria, Queens, Chris Jose, News 4 New York.
All right, Chris, thank you for the latest there.